What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today I'm bringing you guys another episode of Black Ops 2 Jumps and Spots, and as you guys can see, we're going to be taking a look at the map Grind today. So, we're starting up the maps of the Revolution map pack for Jumps and Spots because today it actually came out on PS3 and PC, so now all of my subscribers can take advantage of these tips. So, we're going to go through all the new maps, and I'll show you guys what I can. So, anyway, starting off on Grind here, if you spawn at CDOM, one common problem you're going to run into are people sitting on this little head glitch right here. When the enemy has control of the map and they push up like this, it's really hard to shoot them out of this spot because they've got some good cover, they can disappear behind it, and you've got pretty much nothing if you just straight up come around this corner. So usually you're going to lose that gunfight unless they suck. Now, if I spawn at C and I think somebody's going to be over there, I'll run back here through the bathrooms. You can jump up to see if they're there. And if they are, then you can come around here, get up here, and if you slowly creep your way around this corner, boom, you can see that. You can use this thing here as cover, and you can shoot them. And they typically won't expect you to be coming around like that. They're going to be watching this corner, expecting people to run over this corner, or around this corner like Baby Buffalo. They aren't going to expect your little head to peek out right there to shoot them, so you can take them out. Now, kind of an opposite thing is when enemies are spawning at C, a lot of times they'll sit like this, and it's really hard to shoot them out of this as well. Like if you're trying to push up and flank around behind C, it's hard to come up this way because again, they have the advantage. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll kind of use this thing, and if they kind of get out a little bit too far, you can use this as cover. But typically what I'll do is I'll try to get up behind this thing, and they can't see you when you get up here. Now, what they'll expect you to do when you're up here is either go left or right around this thing, and as you can see from their position, that's what they're going to be watching. They're going to be watching like this. Now, what I'll do, just to kind of switch it up a little bit, it's a little funny, but it actually does work, is you can actually kind of ramp yourself off these ramps. As you can see, it's kind of like you're on a skateboard or something. You go up and then you come down, and you can use this strategy on a lot of places on this map, but particularly right here, rather than coming around the side where you have no cover, what I'll do is I'll just ramp myself up and then shoot them. And they'll never expect that. I mean, like I said, they're going to be watching these sides. They aren't going to think to be sitting right here looking to take you out as you hop up over that thing. So that can just be pretty useful, you know, take them out and take control of the map. Now, moving on over here towards A, this spot right here, you can come up. It's just a little kind of crow's nest type thing. It's really not that good. I don't like this spot at all because you can shoot through this stuff very, very easily. So I would stay away from that thing as much as possible. Now, moving on towards A in terms of capture spots, it depends on where the enemy's going to be coming from. If they're coming from this way, then I would suggest kind of capturing it like this, because you can use this as a shield for grenades and pop up and shoot people if you have to. If they're coming from this way, that's the best way, because you can come up on this corner of this little weird, I don't even know what kind of ramp to call this, and you can use this as cover and shoot them as they come to get you. And this ramp right here, you can use all of its corners like this. Like, you can watch from the bleachers and the half pipe over there. You can sit like this and kill people as they come to ADOM. It's just really good. And this is actually another spot where you can use kind of the ramping feature, the weird physics, to your advantage. Like, if you're flanking around this way, and you know somebody's going to be on A, you can check it out by just kind of running up like this. And you can kind of see the flag without completely exposing yourself. And another spot you can do this is over here. Like, say you flank all the way around from C, you take A, and you know the enemies are going to be coming at you from this direction because their spawn's going to flip or whatever because you took their home flag. You can come around back here, jump up, and as you can see that entire part of the map without them ever expecting you to be looking from that position. So that can be pretty useful. Now, another spot I like to use is if I'm spawning at A and I think enemies are going to be coming to my home flag from this way, then I'll come up here like this, and you can use this pipe as cover, and you can kind of watch this whole entire alleyway, which is pretty useful. And yeah, that's pretty good. And then finally, one last little tip is coming around towards C. We'll talk about C the last time. If you're going to be coming around this corner, instead of just coming around like this, like a lot of people do, this isn't very good cover. It doesn't even cover half your body. So what I like to do is I'll jump up on this thing, and if you come up here, you can see the tips of people's heads as they're spawning out there. So you can check to see if anybody's there, and then come around the corner. It's a lot safer than just kind of going like this to where they can shoot you. And yeah, that's that. Now, as for capturing C, if you think the enemies are going to be coming from this way, then what I'll suggest is going like this, because that way you can watch the far right as well as the middle. But if you think they're absolutely going to be coming from this way, which is oftentimes how the spawn will work out, what I recommend is laying down in front of the car, because that way you can see the van, underneath the van, you can see people's feet as they come around this corner. So, you know, coming from this way, you're going to see the enemies aren't going to see you there until they get all the way to here. But you're going to see them right when they're right here, which is a huge advantage for you. So make sure to put that to work. Now, finally moving in towards the middle, we have a couple of really cool things that I want to show you guys. Starting off, there are 2 desks, one out here in the lobby and then one in here in the little shop that you can use. So, you know, like maybe if the enemies have control of BDOM, you can hop up here and you can kind of watch to see if they come around this corner or if they go inside the office. Or if you think they're outside and they're going to be coming in through the door, you can sit like this and shoot them as they come into the office. The same thing goes as if you're inside the office. If the enemies are spawning at C, this is a really good spot to watch them as they come into this little locker room lobby area. Now, as you guys can probably kind of tell, or if you played this map, you probably know, this little area, you know, this inside corner right here is very, very popular. And oftentimes there's a lot of fighting around this corner just because there's a main spawn point over here on this side of the map. And then this is kind of the middle of the map. I mean, there's always going to be a lot of fighting about this whole middle area. So this corner can oftentimes be pretty important. And oftentimes there's gunfights around this corner where you're trying to kill enemies and stuff. And one thing you can do, one little strategy that's kind of similar to something I did pretty much 2 years ago back in Modern Warfare 2, is you can use these skylights to your advantage. So if you guys remember that the Modern Warfare 2 101 episode back on Terminal, where I told you guys about how you can throw stuns straight up in the air and they'll come down on the opposite skylight on the other corner on Terminal, you can do the same thing here. So one spot you want to throw it is right here. The other spot you want to throw it is right here. And as you're going to see, if you throw a stun up like this, it's going to come down through the opposite skylight and stun any enemies that are on that opposite side. You can do the same thing with nades or whatever you want to do. Just throw stuff through there, C4, anything you want. And if there's anybody on that opposite side, you're going to be able to either stun them or take them out or, you know, whatever it may be. So use that to your advantage because this is a really high traffic area. Now, moving on towards B. As for capturing B, you got a couple of different options. If the enemy team is spawning at A and your team has control of this side over here, I would suggest capturing it like this because a lot of people are going to be coming up to this window. So this kind of gives you a little bit of cover against that window. If you think the enemies might be able to come from this side over here, I would suggest capturing it like this because then you can kind of watch the window, you can kind of watch this side, you can see everything. And then of course if the enemy team is spawning at C and you want to capture B, you have got it made because all you have to do is just walk up to this thing. A lot of people like to crouch here. Don't do that. It doesn't give you any advantage. Stand up straight right here. This thing goes all the way up to your freaking chin. There's no way enemies are going to be able to shoot you out of that, and you're going to be able to capture the flag. Now, another little tip I've got for you guys for this map, it's kind of a little spot thing I guess, is about this window. So again, this is a really high traffic area, and oftentimes if the enemy team is spawning at C and your team has control of the map, you're going to have the opportunity to get up in this window and shoot them, which is very good. The thing is if you just go up to this and then climb up like this, you can see you put your gun away, and I have dexterity on, so it's not quite as bad, but if you don't have dexterity on, it's going to be really bad for you. You're going to climb that thing really slowly, and if there's any enemy out in this area, they're going to be able to shoot you before you even have a chance to pull the trigger. So rather than just walking up like this and hurtling up, you don't want to do that. What I suggest you guys do is if you line yourself up with kind of this little area right here and just sprint up, you get up on the ledge without showing yourself in the window. So just kind of sprint up like this, and then you can aim down sight and come around this corner and shoot enemies in case they're there. So that's a lot more useful. Rather than going like this, sprint up like this, get all the way up here, and then come around the corner and shoot enemies, and don't leave yourself without a way to defend yourself. So there you go, guys. I think that's just about all I've got for this map. Another little spot you can use, I don't know, it's a little bit campy, but maybe search and destroy or something. You can jump on this little ledge right here, and nobody ever expects you to be in this little shaded area, so you can kill people as they come around this way. But that's about all I've got for you guys. There really wasn't a whole lot on this map, but the few things I was able to show you guys will help you out, definitely. So for those of you on PS3 and PC, enjoy the Revolution map pack. It's a lot of fun. Have fun with the Peacekeeper and everything else that's included. And thank you guys so much for watching. I had a bunch of great videos coming soon. I'll catch you guys later. Check out one of the other 2 videos on security if you haven't seen them yet. And peace out.